Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for your patience as I was all zoomed in, and now I'm joining you via live Facebook. My name is Mary Gooden, and I am a fully embodied channel for the Divine Feminine, Christ Consciousness, a sacred wellness advisor. I truly believe that abundance thrives in our ability to remain aligned and authentic. And part of what I get to share with all this magic that I've been able to embody is what I like to call the 3 non-negotiables of living your best life. And today I hope to give you 3 actionable steps that you can take today in these moments on this Friday in my world to embody that, to feel it, to know it, and to watch your own embodied magic show up right before your eyes in others, in experiences and opportunities that are completely aligned with what you're calling in. So I first like to say thank you to Abigail for hosting this amazing summit and the opportunity for all of us to take another step forward into this energy of true magic and miracles. Magic does exist, and simply put, unseen, unknown. It has always existed. I got some really amazing information yesterday when I was doing my daily movement, which we'll talk about. And I'll be writing about it soon, perhaps in a book, perhaps in a post, perhaps some of it will come through this morning. Where I am, it's still morning. So, and it was my holy hell yes. So we'll talk about that. But today I want to share with you and connect with you, and I'm not going to take up a whole lot of your time. What I really want to deliver to you is that you feel inspired after our time here together to go out and take these action steps. They're not hard, but I know the biggest barrier that we all put in front of us is I don't have time. I don't have time to create a daily connection for myself. I don't have time to create a practice of daily movement. I don't have time to celebrate what I've accomplished because I'm too busy moving into the next part. And I believe that taking these 3 steps is really one of the only ways to actually embody our magic. So, without further ado, let's get started. I truly am here to share with you. I have quite a few modalities that I have aligned with through the last 20 years of my life, starting with yoga, meditation, Reiki, breath work, a little NLP and hypnosis. Among other things, I've spent 22 years in what I like to call the corporate carnival. I am a #1 international bestseller. I launched my 10th multi-author book, or my 10th story in a multi-author book, just a few short weeks ago. This coming from someone who said that they didn't have a story and they didn't write. So that alone has really uncloaked some of the heaviest illusions that I had put on myself. So there's lots of beautiful information and experiences that have been gifted to me, through me, and me, beside me and around me. And I am grateful for all of them. So let's just take a moment together, and however it feels aligned for you to connect with your higher consciousness. Of course, I'll share a very brief connection with you, my connection with you, in case you don't have one, in case that's not something that you've created for yourself yet. So I like to give you really easy action steps. And so there's 3 things we're going to talk about today. And right now we're going to talk about daily connection, daily presence, getting into your spirit. And my advice, my piece of inspiration or invitation to you is to create a practice of daily connection. And I recognize unless for some reason that you ascend one night that you don't rise, but we all take a breath in the morning. We all wake up. And if it's time that stands in your way, the quickest way that I like to encourage clients, friends, and humans around me to know that there's time to connect is a very simple connection. Just before you rise, just before you get out of bed, that time that you're really moving and rustling, take a moment and pause and place your hands on your heart space. Close your eyes, right? Close your eyes and just call yourself home. Today I'll offer you this invitation, right, in this 30 seconds of daily connection, which is all that's needed. And trust me, you'll build upon it. And those of you that have that daily connection practice, or however you like to connect with yourself, just bring yourself into full presence now. And I would just place my hands on my heart. And for me, it's just awakening to, I invite the sacred within me, above me, and below me to guide me and bless me on this journey. Another beautiful invitation, show me the way today. What is mine to share? That's one of my favorite ones. It almost takes all the responsibility. All the responsibility, pardon me. And allows the divine, the source, the God, the connection, the creator, the I am, whoever that is for you, to take over. Because let's face it, we are in the human experience. We are in the biggest illusion, the holy hell yes. I told you about that. The spirit drops into the hell with a big effing yes. Yes, I'm going to do the human experience. But what we sometimes often fail to remember is that we can connect every single day to our sacred guides, to our source, who promised to help us and show us the way. And so the minute that we can step out of the illusion long enough to recognize that we have that ability of that piece of magic to call our spirits and our guides and to connect with them every single day, to connect with me every single day, to connect with my spiritual presence every single day. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the you, the infinite you, right? And how are you doing that daily? So if you don't have a daily practice, I invite you today to create one small 20 seconds, 60 seconds, 30 minutes, whatever it is for you. Whatever it is for you that you can do for yourself every single day. Start small, baby steps. Watch it expand on its own. Mine started really small. In that process, hands on heart, daily connection, diamond white healing light drops in from the crown to the third eye, to the throat, to the heart, to the solar plexus, sacral, root down in, right? The sacred above, the sacred below, the sacred within. I am connected to my higher consciousness. Claim it. Claim it in your practice. I am connected to my higher consciousness. So number one, my 3 non-negotiables is daily connection. Again, it doesn't have to be lengthy. It's not the time that matters. Right? It's not the size that matters. It's that you're doing it. It's taking that and setting that intention, being intentional. That also is part of that 3 non-negotiables, being intentional. The second is my favorite. They're all my favorite. Who am I kidding? Daily movement. I am a moving meditation person. So what that means for me is to get my rear end outside and moving, outside frolicking, which is jogging for me, outside hiking, outside walking, outside in the yard, outside, creating daily movement. And we can reflect on this step number 2 as get into your body. So daily connection, get into your spirit. Daily movement, get into your body. This summit, the Light Summit 2022, Embody Your Magic. And for most of you, perhaps listening or not, we've been hearing that word embody. And for me, I'm just going to share what that means, right? Get back into your body. It wasn't that long ago that it was brought clearly to my attention that I needed to get back in my body. I'd been playing in the spirit for so long, and I was having so much fun. But as we know, we can't create this magic without being in the body, without delivering that essence. Some of you might connect with this as heaven on earth, right? The codes of heaven on earth. So that also is getting back into the body, daily movement. Or integration, right? Integrating what I'm being intentional about. So I get my daily connection on, whoop, whoop, and then I go out and get my daily movement only after I've connected. Because it's then that I have connected, right? I am now connected. I have cleared my channel, and I am prepared to embody, integrate what it is that I felt like came through my channel, or what wants to come through. Perhaps I don't know yet. Perhaps the ideas come in my daily movement when I've cleared everything out of my way and allowed myself to absorb this peace and this presence. So that is second, getting embodied, going out. I like to spend a lot of time in nature, going out, even just sitting under a tree, feeling the trees, feeling the flowers, just being in the presence of the earth. You do realize that she is our source, our primary source of limitless resources and opportunities. And I'm going to say this because this second connection, this daily connection, this daily movement, embodiment, is what connects me to limitless resources and opportunities, which is earth, which is embodying the truth of the infinite resources that have always been available to us. During this time is when I feel like I get the deepest level of guidance, is when I am in movement. When I am in my body, I'm getting the purest amount of magic guidance for me. And integration is also about being playful. And some movement is usually playful. So even dancing, right? That's part of daily movement. Some of you might like yoga or Tai Chi or any of those practices, even tapping, moving the energy in the body. It's amazing. So again, really easy to do. Even if, here we go, let's do the short version. Let's do the version of some of us that are still on that timeline, because I get on that timeline sometimes too. Like, I don't have time for this. I don't know where the time is going. It's right here. But here's that 30 seconds or that 60-second daily movement connection. Go outside on earth and just kind of do a running man in spot. Do some jumping jacks out there. Go dance out there. There's a tree that I oftentimes visit every week, and I just go, it's a weeping willow. So if you've ever seen those that just kind of weep over, I go into this tree and I like let all of her little weeping things flow all over me, and I kind of dance within her limbs. I've never felt more rich in my entire life. And if it takes dancing within the limbs of one of the most free-flowing trees I've ever seen in my life, what a gift, what a gift. What a playful and joyous gift. And perhaps you're just recognizing that for today. You know, that's the resources that the earth has given us. To dance in that energy and allow the frequencies and the purest frequencies, mind you, of abundance to brush against our skin. Gosh, I'm even getting excited. As soon as I jump off of here, I think I'm gonna go visit that tree. She's inspired me. So, number 2, daily movement. Like I said, I'm not going to keep you here all day. I'm just going to give you some really 3 actionable items that you can go take right now, even if you just do 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 seconds, right? Where can you be really playful today? Some of you also may practice or understand or remember that when we are playful, we are in a higher capacity to receive in a playful state. When our energy is in a vibration of joy and bliss, we are able to receive much, much more. This is my truth. So all I can do is share with you my truth, what I've experienced, what I've been gifted, what I've heard, what I've connected with, what I have thrived in, and how life is always happening for me. Always, always, always happening for me. I wrote that on my bathroom mirror. It probably stayed there for a year. Right? Because this is how we have to retrain ourselves. This is how we have to rewire. This is how we get to remember the holy hell yes, right? We jumped in from the spirit. We hit the very grounds of hell. What is hell? What is it? Surroundings of evil and suffering, a place of evil and suffering, right? I know that when we got here, they told us that it could get worse. But we are there. We are in the worst part of it, if you want to call something better or worse. We are at the ground of it. We are at the ground level. And what we get to do is rise from that place. We get to rise from that place. We jumped into the ground level of hell, and some of us have experienced some deep levels of trauma. But we went in knowing it was a yes. I'm going to remember the road. Did I lose you? Are you with me? I'm going to remember the road to rising. It's going to happen. Just let me know in the comments if you've lost connection with me. It seems like for a minute I went whoop, whoop. So I got off base, but I was embodied. I was embodying the truth of we dropped into to walk this human experience with all the things that we told ourselves and signed ourselves up for, so that we would activate the energy in us to rise. And so I'm just going to shift gears and move to the 3rd piece. And again, just let me know. I'm watching the comments. Let me know if you can still hear me, see me, if I'm still even live anywhere. And we'll move on to the 3rd piece of this experience, which is, I bleeped away. Did I come back? I hope I came back. All right, so number 3. If I didn't come back and this needs to be refreshed, then I'll refresh it all. But number 3, celebrate. Oh my gosh, I thought you'd never ask. I thought that I would never remember this key element to life, daily celebration. From another place, when I deliver other pieces of this is illumination. This is shine your light. Celebrate your light. Share your light. Show up, right? I'm feeling good. I'm connected to my highest presence. I've just embodied everything. I've just balanced my energy. And now it's time for me to shine. Now it's time for me to illuminate. Now it's time for me to bring it. Right? Bring forth my gifts. Without apology, without fear. Right? I shouldn't be ashamed of who I came here to be. And I shouldn't be ashamed when I want to vocalize that and celebrate that I've tapped in, that I've activated another piece of my most authentic self, another piece of my sovereignty. And this, for me personally, was the biggest missing step in my life. Because when I look back through the stitches, when I look back through the seam of my life, this was the only thing that I didn't focus on because I didn't want to boast. I didn't want to be vain. I didn't want anybody else to know. I wanted to keep it a secret that I was showing up, because I didn't want anybody to feel bad that perhaps they aren't showing up, or whatever the inner message was, whatever the ego was telling me or us or you about celebrating your wins. And at the very, very, very end of that string is keep yourself small. And once I realized that, don't tell anybody who you are. You might make them feel bad. They might not like you anymore. All of that, all along, was keep yourself small. Keep yourself small. I've got a little story about an oracle deck that I play with. It's the workaholic card, but I'll try to swing back to that. And so I was keeping myself small for probably the first 38 years of my life, right? I knew I had infinite possibility. I knew that I was capable of anything, right? I knew all that, but I wasn't going to tell anybody. God, what would they say to me? Some people had an opportunity to watch me from age of 17 as I hit the ground running and moved halfway across the North America, right? I don't even know where I went, right? I'm so busy. I'm so present these days. It doesn't, all of that is just kind of stay here now. But I just didn't celebrate it. I didn't celebrate that I was an old soul. I didn't celebrate any of that. Now I do. Now I celebrate everything. And I illuminate, and I share who I am, and I share my gifts. And it's okay if you like me, and it's okay if you don't. It's okay as long as I'm prioritizing my comfort and patting myself on the back for my accomplishments. As long as I'm holding that frequency of joy and bliss that I came here to hold. And it's different for all of us. And sometimes it works great for a couple of years for some of us, and then we all shapeshift, right? It's all about shifting. But don't not celebrate because you think somebody might not approve. In fact, celebrate so you give them permission to celebrate for themselves. Celebrate everything, celebrate anything. So my invitation to you today, right? 3 actionable items that you can do today. So my invitation to you for celebration today. And I call this daily celebration, get into your life, right? So daily connection was get into your spirit. Daily movement, get into your body. Daily celebration, get into your life. Make a list of all the things you've accomplished over the last week or the last month. Don't go too far back, just because then we'll start, right? We might get lost in that, and we won't even ever get to the celebration. So pick 1 or 2 things that you have accomplished for yourself in the last week or so, and have a party for them. Celebrate them. Celebrate who you are and how you're showing up every single day in every single way. Celebrate something. And if you have a family, young, old, share these gifts with them. Share these experiences with them, especially if you have children. Share these 3 action steps. Let's connect with ourself. Let's go out and embody, move and balance our energy. And then let's go celebrate. Let's celebrate something, anything that raises our frequency, that raises our joy, our bliss, our peace, and our freedom. Because if I've learned anything at all in this magnificent life, this idea that every single one of us has an opportunity to flourish in the flow, to thrive in the frequencies of the universe, even when they, right? It's these 3 pieces. It's these 3 pieces that can align us with the flow. If we've learned anything about that, it's that we create our destiny. We create our reality within every thought, in every moment, in every vibration. You are threading your future. So why do they always say just stay present, stay here and now? So you can start creating your future. And perhaps you don't even want to do that. Perhaps you want it to be even more magical. Perhaps you want to call in miracles. Here's a mantra that I started using several years ago when I began to expand into different ways of serving and living, and beyond the yoga. When I was really fully embodying this vehicle, this vessel that I am, the channel for the feminine Christ consciousness, when I was taking that journey, I started this particular mantra. And it's very easy. I surrender, I release, I remember. I let in, I let go, and I remember who I came here to be. And so I started sharing that frequency also in, amongst myself when I was praying for these circles that started, these collaboration circles that started being created around me as I started my own publishing company just about 2 years ago, Divine Destiny Publishing. But so that's what I would circle these containers in. The idea that we get to surrender, release, and remember. And it was those 3 easy words. I surrender, I release, I remember. I let in, I let go, and I remember. I allow myself to know what I came here to be, do, and see, share. So if you're looking for something to take you to a higher timeline, if you're looking for just a little nugget or a little piece, take that with you. Take that I surrender, I release, and I remember. And again, for me, it almost felt like I took off another layer of responsibility. But in essence, it just created a deeper connection with my higher consciousness. Because I trust that I can surrender, release, and remember. We know how this works. We don't have to pretend to live in that illusion that says otherwise. We don't have to pretend that somehow, some way, it's going to get worse. We get to remember that we came here to rise. Right? We came here to rise. Your holy hell yes. We are living in a place, and I'm not discounting, we are living in a place that is full of evil and suffering. We know this. We are living in the definition of hell. Go look it up in Google. It doesn't get worse. It gets better. And we get to make it better because we are magic. So embody this truth. How do I embody this truth? How did I embody this truth? Daily connection. Get in your spirit. Daily movement. Get in your body. And daily celebration. Get in your life. Get in your life. And create joy and bliss at every turn. And I promise you, what will start to surround you is the match. The frequency that matches your joy and bliss. And we rise. We came here as the light of the world to remember that magic and miracles are real. So, remind yourself often. Surrender, release, remember. One last food for thought on that word surrender. One thing that I remember, and I'm going to share this piece with you before I send you on your happy little way, is I found myself during some of the evolutionary processes of my anchoring my light, right? Because that's how I anchor my light every single day. I anchor in. As I found myself in this place of uncertainty. So let me just give you the definition of uncertainty. Infinite space to create. That is uncertainty. So if you need to shift some things, uncertainty means infinite space to create. There's a nugget for you. And the second thing I found myself really in is this word, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I thought, because it felt kind of like, because what would reflect back to me is you should know, right? And so one day I was like, these three words can't come out of my mouth anymore. And so what replaces that? I surrender. I let in. I let in. I let in. Do you see? You could have just witnessed my whole frequency shift right there, right? I don't know. I let in. I let in. Because maybe we don't know. Maybe we don't remember yet. But if we're not willing to let in, we're just making it harder to remember. So that is my gift to you. And again, here is my invitation to you today. 3 actionable steps, right? They don't have to take a long time. Who cares? Time doesn't matter. It's the intention. It's the integration. It is the illumination. Connect with yourself. Get in your spirit. Get in your body. Get in your life. And create your reality. Create your magic. Anchor into the truth. I'm sending you so much love from Sedona. I have popped up in the comments, hopefully on this video, and I'll double check, a link where I love people. I love to get to know people. I love to connect physically. I love to connect over Zoom. I have the ability to feel frequency on all timelines, so I just love to get face-to-face with you. So I've included a link where free time that we can activate your light together, just like a little mini session of getting to know me. Included with that booking, which is free, you get a link for a free meditation that I recorded just last Sunday over the full moon energy, a grounding and energy harmonizing meditation. So these are my gifts to you. Feel free to reach out to me on direct messenger. Again, there's the link to my Calendly to book a session to activate your own light, or to just connect and learn more about me so I can learn more about you. And wow, I'm so grateful for the experience. I thank each and every one of you for tuning in and holding this vibrational space with me, as we have already seen. We have already seen the 5D energies coming to life. And for me, my soul's purpose is to restore the highest frequency of unconditional love all across the planet. So thank you for allowing me to show up as my most authentic self, so that I can serve in this purpose, so we can shine our light. I'm sending you so much love. And coming up next is the amazing, is it Patricia Wade Humpkins. She is sharing how we can awaken to the magic of our infinite self. So thank you all that has gone ahead of me. Thank you all that are standing before me, and thank you all that are following behind me as we create lasting change. I love you all. Have a fabulous day.